everyone, and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of last Epoch. 0.91 Rising Flames is coming at time of recording in 20 hours. Yes, we're gonna have our hands on this update very soon. And I've been getting lots of people joining the Discord, lots of people joining the race, and getting lots of questions around builds and what builds are gonna be good and what builds are getting nerfed and what do I recommend. So I wanted to make this video on 3 of my builds that I think are going to be much stronger for 0.91 because of a couple of new items we are getting. Now, before I get into these 3 builds, it should be a pretty short video. If you haven't had a chance yet to join the Action RPG race, the new treasure hunt, first link in the description to join the Discord. Then you go to the general chat or the last Epoch chat, click the link, click the little green button. It is so easy. We are 15 spots away from having 100 racers. We are currently at 85. Last race had 115, and I'm hoping to beat that. So if you want to race for the new unique that is not yet unveiled, first link in the description. Okay, 3 builds that I think are getting an upgrade. Build number 1, my Holy Smiter Paladin. Now, this is one of my most popular builds I have ever made. If you like lightning, if you like speed, and honestly, just a blast to play, this is the build for you. And the reason why I think Holy Smiter is going to be better and getting an upgrade for 0.91 is because of a new item we are getting. And that item is right here. This is a new Weaver's Will unique item, Font of the Erased. And if you've ever played Holy Smiter, this build is based upon the Devotion Amulet, and the more damage you do is based upon your maximum mana. This build, at least this build that I made, has 911 mana, and this ring has a base mana percent increase, including a health percent increase. Also, if you take out Stormcarved Testament and put in Twisted Heart, you can also make this have more survivability because this ring is going to give you ward. So if you pair this ring with Twisted Heart, now you are going to get more sustain through generating ward. On top of that, we don't even know what these other 4 affixes are going to be. So if the pool of affixes maybe does have mana or have lightning damage or spell damage or crit, it is going to make the build even stronger. Build number 1, Holy Smiter. Build number 2, my Unstoppable Paladin. Now, if you are a fan of sword and board, if you are a fan of face tanking bosses, being that true party leader and tank, Unstoppable Paladin is for you. And the reason why I think this build is going to be getting an upgrade for 0.91 is because of our new shield that is coming into the game. Cradle of the Erased. Now, for the longest time, everybody has said, well, for the longest time, it has been a factual statement that Bastion of Honor is the strongest shield in the game. And I would agree with that sentiment. There's pretty much nothing even close, even after they try and nerf it. That being said, this new Weaver's Will shield could potentially beat Bastion of Honor. And I think from a survivability standpoint, you might be able to get this up to 100% block, and you're going to be able to put an additional 4 affixes on it. Potentially an additional 4 T7 affixes on it. Now, we have to see what those affixes and what that pool is going to be, but if we can find a shield upgrade that is going to give us damage in the same level of survivability, Unstoppable Paladin is not only going to be unstoppable, it is also going to do serious damage. I'm really excited to test this one. And I forgot to mention that all 3 of these builds are, of course, linked at the top in the description. So if you want to check any of those build planners, they are there. Now, I feel like I saved the best for last, my updated 0.90 Hive Queen. And this is a build that is focused around Swarmblade and Locust. And you destroy or, eat your locust to create this cloud around you that kills everything just as you fly around. Very strong. All 3 of these builds are updated for 0.90. Now, the reason why I saved this for last and I'm the most excited about it is there's a new unique sword coming to the game, which you might have seen. Apogee of the Frozen Light. This sword which a lot of people thought was two-handed, me included. This is a one-handed ice minion sword, okay? Which means technically you could dual wield it, and if the affixes stack on top of each other, which they likely will, it is going to be absolutely insane. You are going to be able to buff not only your hits as a Swarm Blade, also your Cloud of Locusts, also your Locusts themselves. Now, the Hive Queen build is going to need some tweaking because right now it is not in the Swarm Blade cold form, but with a couple of these swords and moving around a couple of skills, I think this might be one of the strongest builds in the game, but once we get our hands on a couple of these swords. So those are the 3 builds that I feel like are going to be buffed based upon gear for 0.91 if you are looking for something to try. Holy Smiter, Unstoppable Paladin, and my Hive Queen. That's the video. Super excited for, 20 hours away, 0.91. Go to the Discord, join the race. We're going to be racing for a new chest piece, a new unique that has yet to be unveiled, but is really, really cool. It's going to be a fun event. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to be streaming, giving away game keys, giving away merch. It's going to be an exciting time. Hopefully you're entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.
You